thanks for tuning in again. Today I'm going to show you how I fill in my brows. I actually had an eyebrow video up a while ago, but that was kind of like how I used to do my brows, and I was looking back in that video and I really don't do my brows in that same way anymore. And I get so many questions actually just about how I do my brows, like if I get them done and everything like that. I do all of my stuff myself. I don't actually get any beauty services done. I do everything myself, including my eyebrows. So I thought I would just do like a new updated version of how I shape and how I fill in my eyebrows, just as like a separate video. So I'll show you that today. And make sure that if you didn't see it already, make sure you check out my last video. I'll have it linked in the sidebar, or I think now it's down here with the new YouTube layout, and participate in the contest for Helena Rubinstein. There is actually a really great contest being hosted by them at the moment, which I made a video for, where you can win some high-end, very luxury skincare products from Helena Rubinstein. And if you want to participate in that, I'll link the video to that. There's going to be 30 winners who are going to win a prize. So if you would like to participate in that, it's open worldwide. I will have the video linked. You can go check that out and participate. It's really, really simple. I'll have all the instructions in English, of course, in there as well. But yeah, so I'll just show you now how I do my brows, and I hope you enjoy. First I'm going to show you just how I groom them. I just pluck strays. Now I don't have very bushy eyebrows, like some people just don't have very, thick eyebrows naturally, and I'm one of those people. So I don't really pluck a lot of the actual hair out. I just pluck strays. Like sometimes I'll get like little stray hairs like growing down here, and sometimes I'll get like random strays up here. So those are pretty much the only hairs that I pluck out. Sometimes, some people get like some hair growing inwards, like between here, like the unibrow. So you want to kind of start, or you want to just get rid of those if you have any between here. Just don't pluck too much. Just go with whatever natural brow shape you have. Some women, what they do is because they want to get this arch shape, but like mine are naturally arched, but some women who don't have this arch shape, they'll start plucking here. And that's like the wrong place to start plucking, because then you'll get brows that go like this, and then they'll go kind of really strange shape, and I see that a lot. If you don't, like if your eyebrows are kind of like very straight across and you want to have a little bit of an arch, pluck kind of at the highest point. So wherever it goes up a little bit, you can maybe just do like a little bit of plucking there just to kind of get a natural arch, but just don't overdo it, because then it'll be kind of harder to get a nice like natural looking eyebrow. So what you can also do is if your eyebrows are very if the hair is very bushy and very long, what you can do is you can use a clean mascara spoolie. You can brush up all the hair. So you would brush it up like this. I mean, mine are trimmed, so it's kind of hard to show you, but you would brush it all up, and then like if you have some very long hairs that stick up here, you can just take some scissors and then trim along the top. So like you brush it up, and then if there's like really long hair sticking up, you would take some scissors and then just trim along the very top edge. And then that kind of also just really helps to make a nice shape. So now I'm just going to quickly show you how I fill mine in. To use a pencil to start with. Now the one that I use is by MAC. This is the MAC eyebrow pencil in the shade Lingering. So you want to get it about the same color as your eyebrows. It should be a little bit lighter than your hair color. If you have very like dark eyebrows, like if they're black hair or something, you might not actually need to do this step. If they're like already very, very dark, you could just use like a little bit of brow powder and that's it. What I do is I follow, I start like here, right? So here's like the bottom most part of the brow, and then I just draw, let me twist this up a bit, I just draw a line across at the bottom. Okay, so I kind of just filled in that bottom shape, and then you want to bring it about to where like the highest point is, and then I don't fill in the rest of the shape. I'll show you what I do after. So I just do the one on the bottom first, and then I just kind of do the top, just kind of a parallel, so you're getting like a parallel line, and again taking it up to the highest point, and then you can just kind of connect those two lines right at the highest point. So there you can see I have the bottom line now and the top line, and then I just fill it in a little bit. Don't do it too dark, because if you do it like really dark it can sometimes look very strange. And then I just like to take an angled brush. I take one that has like a very, it's like really thin. Like if you look at it this way, it's like razor sharp. This particular brush is by Afterglow Cosmetics, but you know, and there's tons of other brands that make angled brushes. Just get one that's very thin. So then I just kind of go along where I filled it in, and I don't have anything on this brush. This is just spreading basically the product. And from the inner, like the inner part here, I just kind of pull up like this, and that'll also just help to like smooth the powder out, smooth the product out a bit. And then what I do here, because I didn't actually apply any product here, but now there's actually some product on the brush, so then I just trace that down a little bit. Because I don't want like the outer part to be very defined, I want the most definition kind of like on the inner part. And then that is pretty much good. And then what I do is I take a brow powder that's slightly darker. So for me, this is the Illamasqua, what are they called? Eyebrow Cake. You can use an eyeshadow as well. I just really like this one by Illamasqua, and this is in the shade Gaze. So you just want a shade that's like a little bit darker than what you used on the pencil. I used the same brush that I was using. Just get a little bit of that on there, tap off the excess, and then I just make a line like kind of on the bottom. Like a very precise line. And I'm not putting this on the top at all, this is just on the bottom. And then you kind of want to blend that in, so I go from that line and just slightly pull up the brush. And what this does is it just, when you look at it from far away, it just kind of makes it like a bit more defined, I guess. Just to set everything, I just use clear mascara. This one's already pretty discolored, so I should actually throw this away and get a new one. It's just because I only use this on myself. So it's just like the applicator gets a little bit of the product in, and then when you dip it in, the color comes off. So I replace this like every once in a while. And then I just go over that. So again, this is just clear mascara, which works just like brow gel. And yeah, and then I just go over the hair, and that just kind of seals them so that they don't, you know, move around everywhere. And that is pretty much how I do my brows nowadays. What you can do is when you, I already have my eyeshadow and stuff on, but what you can do is if you want to, basically you want a little bit of highlighter underneath the highest point of your eyebrows. So I just use like, I don't know, a slightly shimmering eyeshadow. Get a little bit of that on a brush and just apply it like right here. And you can do that on the other side. And that just kind of also helps to define, because you have the contrast now of that kind of darker line that you made on the bottom that you blended out, and it just gives like a nice contrast with the highlight. So this is like a much easier way of doing my brows. I think I used to spend a lot more time doing them, and I think this just is easier, and I think it looks better. So that's pretty much how I do my brows. Yeah, so try it out, see if that works for you, and I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!